And then the next item we sold was this 1981 MOTU Hordak figure. He's got his cape, which is usually missing on most of them that I've seen. And this is a later release figure, so he doesn't have the painted wings on the back of his armor or the red paint on the side of his armor. But he's in really good condition otherwise. The paint on him is really nice. There's a couple small spots on his feet. And his legs are not super loose. He poses really well and stands really well. So he sold for a total of $24.79 plus shipping. And so a total of $34.12 out the door for him. And he does have his weapons too. Hey everybody, it is Monday, April 28th. And we did sell a couple things over the weekend. It wasn't a crazy good weekend. And the last 2 weekends have kind of been like that. Last week, sales were terrible. So, and I'm seeing that just in the whole reselling world in general. There's a lot of people struggling right now. It's kind of weird because we had 3 weeks of really good sales and everyone else was having really good sales too. And then just all of a sudden it tanked again. So the market is very up and down right now. It's all over the place. There's a lot of stuff going on politically. And so I just see this being this way for the near future. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Hopefully we get some stability at some point. But for now, this is probably the environment we're going to be working in. And I hope that doesn't last long, but we'll see. So the first item that we sold over the weekend was actually a thrift store pickup. And I'm going to have to start going to the thrift store more, guys, because the last 3 things that we've sold from the thrift store have been great profits, like $20 to $30 a piece in profit. So I may have to start going to the thrift store more often. But we did sell this Bible over the weekend, and it is a NASB Bible, and it's a daily Bible. It's in really good condition. It is used, but there's no markings on the interior. There's no writing on the interior. So it is in like new condition, and it sold for $35.99 plus shipping. The buyer paid $44.37 shipped for this item. So $30 profit. I'll take it. That's awesome. And the next item we sold is a toy. Go figure. And no pun intended. So this is a Universal Monsters, the Wolfman. And he is new sealed in the packaging. And this is from the Mega Toy Haul. It sold for $20. We took an offer on this one. $20. And the buyer paid a total of $28.65 shipped for this item. The last item that we shipped over the weekend, so we only sold 3, is actually, I'll put it up here. It is a Dutch Brothers temporary tattoo. These came out last summer, June 28th, 2024. And it sold for $2.79 plus standard envelope shipping. So the buyer paid a total of $3.74 shipped for this item. So that was our weekend. Not good at all. So we probably made like $50 all weekend. That's terrible. I want to be making about I want to have about $125 in sales every day of the month. So we're way far behind. I'm hoping that the next couple of days going through this week, coming to the end of the month, we have a few $100 days, because right now I'm on track to hit my net goal for the month of April, which would be fantastic because I did not hit my net goal all year last year until September. So if we can hit our net goal in April, man, I would feel so good about where we're at right now. And that would be awesome, especially considering how slow the year has been so far. So guys, we'll check back in tomorrow. We have already sold one item today, so I know we'll be pulling some stuff tomorrow to show you guys. It is Tuesday, April 29th, and we had 3 items sell. It's technically 2 orders. So the first item that we sold was this Lego set. It's an Overwatch Lego set. It's from a video game series. It's sealed in the box. And this also came from the Mega Toy Haul that we had. And this item sold for $116.99. The buyer paid a total of $139.53 shipped for this item. Even though it's kind of in a smaller box, it's still pretty heavy because it's Legos. So that was a really good flip. And then the next order has 2 items in it. And they're actually 2 mask figures from the early 90s, or mid-90s, 1994. So this one is Kill Time, and he's got a hammer and a clock. He's in really good condition. If I remember right, I think I sold this to my buddy that I got it from, and it was mint on card, so the figure's like in mint condition. And then this one right here, and this is Hero face blasting mask. His eyes pop out of his head. So both of those sold. So the Kill Time, the first one I showed you, it sold for $14, and this one sold for $8. And we'll be shipping those out together and then sending a reimbursement on the shipping to the buyer. So hey, some pretty good flips. I like selling the toys. So hopefully tomorrow we've got some more items to show you. It's April 30th, Wednesday. We had a couple sales over the last 24 hours. One being a request from a buyer. We had 5 action figures that they wanted. So we took those down and made a bundle for him at the price he was willing to pay. And they were 5 Fortnite figures, and these sell typically for around $8 a piece, so I was perfectly okay with bundling them up. So he got all 5 of these figures for $40 plus shipping, and so with shipping the buyer paid a total of $57.80 for those. And then the next item we sold was this Hope of the Year Briar horse. It's in great condition. The box is in really good condition. It's never been out of the box. And we took an offer on this. It's got a really cool pearl-like finish on the horse. It's super cool. So we took an offer on this of $18 plus shipping. I got a message from the buyer that said that they were sending me the offer on behalf of their daughter, who only had so much money to buy a horse right now. So, of course, I accepted the offer. It was only a couple dollars less than what I was asking anyways. But another cool thing about this item is it's going to a small town in my home state. And it's one of those small towns where like everybody knows everybody. And I actually have a friend that lives there with her family. And the chances of her knowing the person that bought this is probably pretty high. So that's awesome. I have yet to send a package to my hometown in Washington. I have sent packages to all the little towns around that town, but not my hometown. I'm sure it'll happen eventually, but I love sending stuff to Washington because I love seeing those towns pop up when I go to ship stuff, and it just reminds me of home. So yeah, so this horse is going to a young Briar horse collector in Washington, and I'm happy to send that off. So guys, I looked at my my monthly sales numbers yesterday, knowing that today was the last day of the month. I am not going to hit my sales goal. I mean, it would take a $500 sales day today to hit that number. I'm about $300 net away from from hitting my sales goal. So I don't think it's going to happen, but this month was far better than last. And I think this month alone, I did almost what January, February, and March were combined. So I am very satisfied with what my numbers are for April. And my hope is that going into May, we do even better. It's been really slow the last 2 weeks, which is really weird because 5 weeks ago, all of a sudden we just saw tons of traffic to our store. We were selling things left and right. We were selling high dollar items. Items over $150 were being sold. And then just 2 weeks ago, that all dropped off. And I don't know what the deal is. I'm still listing stuff, still shipping stuff on time. It's Thursday, May 1st, and we had 4 sales overnight. And our first item that sold was this Walmart exclusive Funko Pop. It is the flocked version of Beast from X-Men. And he sold for $6.29 plus shipping. So a total of $14.73 out the door. And the next item we sold was this 2022 Super Mario action figure Wendy. She is more on like the more desirable, probably not rare, but definitely more desirable and are sought after. And she sold for $22.49 plus shipping. So a total of $31.07 for her. And then the next item we sold was this 1981 MOTU Hordak figure. He's got his cape, which is usually missing on most of them that I've seen. And this is a later release figure, so he doesn't have the painted wings on the back of his armor or the red paint on the side of his armor. But he's in really good condition otherwise. The paint on him is really nice. There's a couple small spots on his feet. And his legs are not super loose. He poses really well and stands really well. So he sold for a total of $24.79 plus shipping. And so a total of $34.12 out the door for him. And he does have his weapons too. So now this next action figure we sold, I almost wanted to keep it. The box was already open, so I took him out of the box and was looking him over. And just the size of this figure, the posability, and the paint just made me consider keeping this, especially if Skeletor is such as nice as this figure, then they would have been really cool displayed together. But it's this 40th anniversary He-Man figure, and he's probably like 9 inches tall, 10 inches tall. He's really tall. And they could have just painted his boots brown and called it good, but they did a black wash on his boots and the rest of the figure, and he just looks super cool. So, but I listed him anyways, and I was really surprised by what these guys are going for. Sealed in the packaging, he only goes for like $20, so plus shipping. And so I listed him. He is complete. He's got his shield and everything, and some extra hands and arms. He sold for $16.19 plus shipping. So a total of $23.66 shipped for this item. So it will go off to another collector. But super cool. If you're looking for some relatively cheap MOTU figures to get into and to display in your collection, these guys are super cool and they're not that expensive. So the 40th anniversary MOTU, I think they're called the Masterverse, I believe, line. Super, super cool. All right, guys, so that's all we have for today. So hopefully we'll be back tomorrow to show you guys what we've sold in the next 24 hours. It is Friday, May 2nd, and we only sold one item in the last 24 hours. and it was actually a set of trailer lights, and they sold for $29.99 plus shipping. So the buyer paid a total of $52.57 shipped for the item. Those sell for around $60, $65 in store. So they got a little bit of a deal. And our total earnings from that sale was $23.63. So not a bad flip. I believe we have $8 into those. So not bad. So guys, that's it for the week. So hopefully we have a really good weekend, and we will see you on next week's video, next Friday. So everybody have an awesome weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Nostalgia's where it's at, I can prove it. Come on in here and just take a look at it. Look no further, we got your childhood memories. Need to relive that moment just to